that I have only seen in dreams of my unconscious mind. My dreams unrefined, swing them out.
Coming up, it's a rematch of Super Bowls 16 and 23. There's no Joe Montana, no Boomer Esiason, but we've got rising stars in Trey Lance and Joe Burrow. It's headed your way next on EA Sports.
With the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Homebound Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the San Francisco 49ers. To my left, Charles Davis. And Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game. So they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. On the return, Williams. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Time to see this Bengals offense here as they get set for their first drive. And under center, of course, is the #1 pick in the 2020 draft, now in year number 2, Joe Burrow.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down now. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This goes out wide from Mixon. It's a gain of 7, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Give them 17 and a Cincinnati 1st down. Now it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Open man is Uzana. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. Joe Burrow in year number 2, moving around pretty good considering the seriousness of his injury last year. If you're a defensive coordinator here, what are you trying to do to slow Joe Burrow down?
I think you want him to be in rhythm. I think you want him to be on time. And normally you want to take that away from a quarterback, make him hold it a little bit longer. But when he has a chance to maneuver around the pocket, sometimes get out of it, big plays result. I want him throwing the ball on time and then tackling the receivers so there's no extra yardage.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Burrow will throw. And the grab by Croft. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Over the middle, complete. That's Tate. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Another try for Mixon. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
3rd and goal. Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he's into the clear. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, we talked pregame about how we might have some twists and turns in this one, but how about this on the opening drive?
Well, they had a pretty good drive working, didn't they? So you wouldn't expect this ending, because what you were thinking was they were going to put it in the end zone themselves, not have it go the other direction.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now a second down and 6.
Right there, 54.
Burrow looking to pass. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
The Niners offense making their way out, and they are led by the 3rd overall pick back in this year's draft out of North Dakota State, Trey Lance.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Buying time to his left. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now a play fake. Lance. They'll roll him out right. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From midfield, here's Lance. Steps away to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 2nd and 10, Lance dancing to his left. He's airing it out for Sanu. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. And they'll go for it. Lance escaping the pressure right. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bengals will get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And it's the Seahawks who have the lead as those two teams approach halftime. DK Metcalf, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington football team at home at FedEx Field. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Dak Prescott lighting it up. He's got 3 touchdown passes. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Cincinnati and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The question to be asked, where does this game go from here as we are back at it now on EA Sports?
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Throwing now is Lance. Flush to his right. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That is Tomlinson, who is down. Boy, not what they want to see. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A run there with Mostert as he'll push this forward and call a 4-yard gain on 1st down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They hand it off to Mostert. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Come on, baby.
Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's Mostert. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Gold with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Williams now on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this 2nd half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
And that's all about recognition right there, because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play. but he could not pull it in. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance on the move to his left. This is caught. It's Sanu. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 62 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter.
Go. 57. Mike, 57.
And now they'll throw with Lance. Forced out to his left. There he goes inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. But Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their...
And it's complete in the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Mohamed Sanu, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After reviewing the play, ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. And he will score. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch. And you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Now Stephen Gostkowski on for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. First downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center of the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here 1st and 10
at the 39-yard line. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Now Burrow.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Caught right side, Tate. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Touchdown! Tyler Boyd, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. There's certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion.
To throw, Burrow.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away.
Here's Richie James on the return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. San Francisco's offense returns to the field, and this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's Mostert, toss left side. And he'll get this up to about the 40. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So here we go, Charles. Third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll run the toss to Mostert. Bust through the tackle, and he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
On second down, Mostert. And he'll wind up getting about 8, but the clock will run. Also, don't forget, it's now third down. They get 8 yards back there, and they could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. A handoff running left is Mostert. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So the victory here for San Francisco. And this, not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours. Right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time frame so guys get used to doing it that way. I remember when I played at Tennessee, when we had to go from east to west, our trainer Tim Karen said, leave your watches on East Coast time. Every piece of information we got was East Coast Standard Time. Try to psychologically tell us what to do, as well as prepare our bodies the same way.
So for San Francisco, it's